Hey, good afternoon. I thought I'd go over real quick and show you how I have my bike set up. I'm not saying this is an ideal setup, but for me it works for the C&O for relatively flat rides. So let me show you. Here I have my Surly. It's a 2016 disc trucker. I had a Trek 7100 before that I messed with. It was used. It was a 2010. I really like this setup, the disc trucker anyway. It has, of course, the disc brakes. They're pretty sensitive, so you have to be careful you don't bend the rotors or get them out of alignment because they'll rub pretty easily. I made a PVC holder, as you can see there, and beneath that I have a wooden rack that I made for it to set on to hold. I just made a couple clamps, but it holds pretty good. It actually comes right out, which I'm not going to take it out, but it'll pop right out of there, and I'm using a 4-foot bungee cord to secure it in case I would ever go down. It would keep it on the bike. Right now I'm just using it as my handlebar bag to store some snacks, my phone. I've got a charger disc in the bottom, or battery in the bottom, and some bread, peanut butter. Can't go anywhere without my Monster trail mix, or some kind of trail mix. It's good. It's got some M&Ms in there, a little bit of chocolate. I have 3 water bottle cages, and I've gone through 2 bottles on the way over here to about 13.5 miles. I stopped at McDonald's and got my $1 drink, a little ice in there. I don't carry much money on me. It's probably just a couple $3, because this will be a camping trip. After today I won't have any ice unless I stop in Williamsport up at that McDonald's about 3 miles up. I like my mirrors, as you can see there. I can see really well who's coming, who's behind me, and if I've got to walk up the hill, which I've done a couple times today because it was so hot, I can reposition them pretty easily. I really messed around with this solar panel for the longest time. I had a mount, as you may have seen before, but like others have said, hey, just put it on your bike, and that's what I've done. It's just bungeed, it's just sitting here, and extra security in case this comes loose or something, it's on there. I have a Walmart saddle bag. It's pretty much worn out. I really need to get 2 regular panniers, and I would probably put 2 small ones on the front. But it holds what I need. It's got just a couple extra bottles of water, clothes. I have a quick get like a carry bag, this blue bag down in here that I use to go inside the stores and stuff. And that's what I don't like. I need to get a strap so that doesn't turn like that. So, but anyways, back to here. I've got my light set up. Obviously I need to put that on the back if I was riding at night, because you can't see it. I've got my headlight up here, my speedometer computer. So I went with the XO shifters. They're wrist shifters, and I went with that butterfly handlebar. I like it. I put a 4-inch extension on it, or rather the bicycle shop down in Winchester did, Blue Ridge Bicycle Shop. They did a good job, I think. Here's my wire going back to my solar panel, because I've got an external battery in there. It's my battery I use, it's a Voltaic, it's a V72, it's a 72 watt. It's a 20 amp rating, for whatever that's worth. I always thought, hey, you'd get 20 amps out, but not really, because the chemical process for charging, you actually only get about half of that. So I get about maybe 2.5 charges out of my phone, or 3, so about 9,000 out of 20,000 milliamps. Back here I have the Bob Ibex, and of course it connects just like that with a pin. I have an extra pin on hand just in case they would break, but really that's all that holds that trailer on, is a little pin. 16-inch wheel, holds about 35 pounds of pressure. I push about 40, so that's not too bad. I added 4 cages, water cages. Sometimes I use a fuel cage when I'm not carrying my Coleman Exponent 442, I think it is, feather. I decided, really I deliberated quite a bit on whether to bring a chair. I brought a chair before, but it was the 1 pound Helinox, and it's a ground chair. It just wasn't comfortable for me. And since I'm camping this whole week, while I'm out here, I wanted to have a chair. I mean, there's picnic tables on the C&O, but I wanted a chair. I need to support my back. To me, I pedal all this way. You go through all this, and you want a little bit of luxury. And the Bob bag, I'm not sure what size, how many liters it holds. Maybe 50? I'm not sure. But anyways, that's the size of my Bob bag. It's really kind of maxed out on what it will hold right now. I could probably fit a few smaller things in there. I weighed myself this morning, well, I weighed the bike setup, and I was about 145 pounds. Then I added a few more, 3 more waters. So I'll probably pushing 150 pounds. It rides well on the C&O. If it's, I don't know, someone might ask, is it heavy? It probably is, but I don't notice it. I'm going a slower speed. Just kind of cruising along when I go. Anywhere from 7 to 9, 10, 11 miles per hour. But usually I kind of click in a speed and kind of vary it a little bit. But 7 or 8 miles per hour, that's a good speed for me. So other than that, that's my setup.